Okay, howdy y'all, welcome. It's the Gorilla Stream kind of night. Hi, well, yeah, you know, I wasn't sure what we were gonna do. I wanted to stream something. I've been kind of staring at the screen all day, just kind of all by my load. So it was like, man, I really want to do something with y'all. And so it was either this or watching me do some live 2D stuff, because that's really what it's been most of the day. I finally decided, like, you know what, I need to watch a lot more tutorials and stuff. So it'd be too much switching back and forth to really show what I'm doing in live 2D right now with the new model. But well, I shouldn't say new model, the updated model. So yeah, instead of like talking about stuff that you can't see on screen, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and hop on in here and just get some hauling done. It's a lot of CMM composites and that kind of thing. Plus, we haven't done Elite in a while. You know, I took a little bit of time off, about a month or so. And then, yeah, if you didn't see the news, they have announced the Panther Clipper. So a lot of excitement for that. I think it's probably been like one of the most anticipated ships of like any live service game for quite a while. So yeah, I'm very excited about it. It kind of got me back into hauling. Let me adjust my levels a little bit here. So yeah, I'm getting this system up and running. Just kind of taking my time with it, not really like super like heavy on it. Like, this is a big Coriolis, I think is what they're called. Yeah, the big round ones. But you know, that one I'm just gonna kind of wait until the Panther is actually out to really kind of focus these huge stations. But they did fix a lot of the stuff that I was really complaining about with the economy kind of things and not really knowing how any of that, all of that worked. So now that we actually have economies, and now that there's a lot of availability of different things, so if I don't get like a really good spot at a Trailblazer ship, you know, I can still get things. Yeah, that kind of reinvigorated my interest in it. So yeah, this is really what I've been doing. Most of this system is not online yet, and then once it does come online, I've got to do like a lot of BGS stuff to get it flipped over to my squadron. But as you can see, it's an absolute monster of a system. And so yeah, I wanted to make sure, get in here, get it claimed. I'm really surprised that in like the month that I wasn't playing, that it wasn't already taken. But you know what, I'm gonna claim it. It's mine. I've already got quite a bit built in here, so you know, I've got my regular systems, couple relays, and yeah, it's a nice system. It's my first one that I think is going to be like high tech, so that should be kind of fun. Just bear with me a bit. I'm also eating some cup ramen, so I've got to I'm like bouncing between 50 different things right now. But you know what? That's kind of what we do here on these Gorilla Stream kind of nights. You know, it was just kind of a chill night, and yeah, you know, I like getting in here. I feel like this is a really good game, and especially doing this kind of thing, to just kind of chill and talk and basically use it as a secret Zatsu, right? Because yeah, I feel like we haven't really done one of those in a little bit, and it's been a while since we just had a nice little chat. So yeah, welcome. And especially an overnight one. I feel like I haven't done any of these overnight streams in a while, and I know that we've got quite a few here on the channel from the EU that like to watch So hello, good morning. I guess it's getting to be about that time. So welcome back. If it's been a while since I've seen you. But yeah, you know, it's just a lot going on. You know, I said last stream it was going to be kind of a weird week. The Live 2D stuff it's going pretty well, but everything's updated quite a bit since the last time. You know, it's been a year since I rigged this model. And yeah, you know, the Live 2D itself has gotten quite a few updates. So some of it's very, very good, but coming in with all of my old keyforms and all of my old rigging and trying to convert that to new stuff can be kind of tricky. So yeah, it's just a lot of learning, but it is going pretty well. Like I said, it's probably not going to be something that we do a big announcement or like a big reveal or anything like that for 2.5D. I'm just implementing them as I get them figured out and not really worrying too much about making a big spectacle of it. Mostly I just want to smooth some things out and, you know, just make myself look a little bit more expressive. I'll always be kind of limited in certain ways because I've only got a 30 FPS webcam. I don't use my phone. I tried to buy a 60 FPS webcam and it turned out it was a Type-C and I don't have a way to get that onto my computer. So yeah, nothing was really working. So there will always be limiting factors, but yeah, I hope to make myself a little bit more expressive. Clean up some things that have kind of bugged me for the past year now that I kind of know what I'm doing with the new model and everything. Oh, they're really good, but I can already tell, just like smelling it, like we don't have a whole lot of light in my kitchen, so I couldn't tell how much Tabasco sauce I was putting in it. I put way too much in it. It's okay. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those cups. Ooh, but letting it sit and talk, like letting it sit while I talk, made the noodles nice and soft, because I like soft noodles for the cup noodles. You get some people that are like, ooh, I like them al dente or whatever. But no, I like my soft noodles. So yeah, perfect consistency. It's my old standby, my old tapatio. When you see the sombrero, you see a friend. And yeah, I finally found a place around here that actually sells like the big bowls of it. I don't have it right now. It's just one of the small ones. The noodles are a little bit different, but it's got like the nice spice without giving up the flavor. Yeah, I love my Tapatio ramen. This is the chicken flavor, which isn't my favorite. It was just kind of bought on accident, but yeah, highly recommended. You know, I've got throne links and stuff in here in the channel now. I guess I'm doing the actual VTuber thing. But yeah, when I was trying to figure out how throne works and like what all to add, like a 6-pack of the Tapatio ramen was like the first thing that I thought of. No regrets. So if you want to support keeping me alive with food, you can always head there. But you know, it's like everything else here. It's all optional. We're just here to have a good time. But yeah, you know, it's been a weird week. I don't know if the YouTube algorithm or what has just been unkind, but yeah, we gotta recoup some losses. So you know, welcome to the channel if you're new. It's yeah, it's me. So yeah, most of the streams are just gonna be this because I need like 11,000 CMMs. I'm not really worrying about like completing everything. I would actually like to maybe start finishing some stuff that I had worked on in a couple of my other claim systems, because Inara now has updates. Yeah, so if you are on Inara, you can actually see what you're an architect for. But it only worked after, I don't remember which update number it was. Because the architect stuff was not in the journal files yet. So yeah, you gotta You got to go into some of your old systems and start building something new, so it actually like shows who the architect is in the journal files, and then it should update. So yeah, I'd kind of like that. I've been doing a lot of BGS stuff, just, you know, kind of slowly pushing towards our old Froggy faction. I'm getting some stuff done that I've been putting off for most of the past month. Oh man. Oh god, this is spicy. It's not like Tabasco's like super spicy. I gotta like a little kick. But yeah, if you like hot sauce, you're like Tabasco, that's like that's baby level, right? But when you accidentally put as much in as I did, yeah, you still kind of feel it. Oh, but it is really good. It is maybe like one of the better just regular cups I've had in a while. I like the big bowls though, because then you can start doing like really fancy stuff like they do in all the famous K-dramas, and just like start adding your own things to it. I've noticed on Blue Sky quite a few people are discovering the power of American cheese on cup ramen. I've always done like the shredded American just because it melts a little bit better. But yeah, you can just slap a slice on there if you want. But yeah, I need to get in the habit of like making some like choshu or something like that. Just, you know, little strips of ham, or I don't know, some chicken or something easy. That is maybe a little bit hardier than my usual, just like throwing some Slim Jims in there. It's not even that I like Slim Jims. It's just like, whenever I buy this stuff, you know, the convenience store is the only thing that's open and they don't have hot food at this time of night around here. So it's kind of like, you gotta make do with what's available, right? I'm like, well, this is meat-esque. And it's got some good consistency to it, I guess. So just slap that in there. Oh man, I'm sweating a little bit. It's been a weird week weather-wise, because it keeps switching between like hot and cold. It's like that perfect temperature where it's like, if you don't have a heater on, it's too cold. But if you do have it on, it gets way too hot, way too fast. I'm ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow should be like the end of any winter, right? Ooh. But yeah, I was saying a little bit earlier, it's just been a weird week. Really, ever since they updated the front page to YouTube and made the thumbnails bigger and stuff. You know, I've definitely noticed, I haven't really seen a whole lot of chatter, but like, I'm not on X anymore. I'm not dealing with that mess. But at least on like Blue Sky and stuff, I haven't really seen a whole lot of chatter about it. But I've definitely noticed on my channel, and I don't know what it is. Like, it could just be people that have been subbed to the channel for a while and just finally learning that I'm a VTuber or something like that. Or it could just be, I don't know, people just really didn't like Elden Ring. So yeah, you know, we've lost a little bit, but you know, we'll keep doing our thing, trying to recoup. But yeah, I definitely think the new UI update, not my favorite. It's been it's very weird. There are a couple of add-ons that you can use that will get it back to the old style, so you can actually set how many thumbnails are on a page. But yeah, not really what I wanted out of YouTube. Every time they send one of those surveys, I'm like, do better when it comes to live streaming. Like, change your UX to show the live streaming page a little bit better. But no, let's just let's add really big thumbnails to everything, right? But you know, we continue. We'll keep doing our thing, and yeah, I think it'll be kind of exciting once I get some of these updates in with the model and just kind of smooth some things out. It's a lot of relearning things because I haven't touched it in a year. But it is kind of refreshing. It's nice to have like a nice long-term project to kind of work on. Ooh. Ooh, that's too much hot sauce. I'm kind of regretting it. I'm kind of regretting it a little bit. But yeah. You know, I'm really happy with everything that Hana Mama did with the model. But I'm also kind of regretting some of the choices that I made when I originally rigged this. Because yeah, it definitely hasn't been easy. But I am excited because this will probably be the first time that I've ever used V-Bridger. So yeah, you know, I think there's going to be a lot of really cool expressions and stuff we can make. The problem is I don't know what all kind of custom parameters I can use. I don't know if there's like a set list of what you can add, or if you can really add anything. But I'm not sure how the webcam would know what to track if you did that. So yeah, it's a lot of tutorials. It's a lot of YouTube. But it's fun all the same. I like that kind of thing. In case you couldn't tell, for me hauling 36,000 tons of cargo over and over and over again, I don't mind doing things that are a little tedious. Oh, but yeah, speaking of, yeah, I'm really excited for the Panther. Like, it's kind of interesting that like they revealed the Panther and they didn't talk at all about the new Vanguard system. Like, that's supposed to be the next big feature, and it just got completely overshadowed by how excited people are about the Panther. But I feel like it was kind of necessary, right? Because with how much you have to haul, and the fact that the Trailblazer mega ships are supposedly going to be leaving soon, like you gotta have a ship. Like, there's just no other way to do it. Now, I don't know if it's gonna have like the 2,000 tons of cargo that some people are claiming. Like, they're basing it off of, I guess, the original Elites, because I've never played those. I don't know what all those things did. But I guess the original carried like 2,000 or something. And that's kind of what they're using as a baseline. But I feel like that's almost too OP, right? But, you know, all of the new ships they've had so far, you can definitely tell the power creep. So, So who knows? I mean, personally, I would have been excited just for like 1,200. But yeah, if they end up doing like 2,000 tons, like, I'm gonna be completely unhinged. I'm gonna be like unchained. It'll be like Goku learning like a new level of Super Saiyan, right? I mean, I've already hauled this much over the course of the game since they've unleashed this. So, like, can you imagine if I can get everything done in literally like a third of the time? Almost done. And don't worry, we can just kind of sit and chat. Oh man. Like, every bite is like pure hot sauce. Okay. Oh, that is hot. Oh, that's really hot. But it's so good. It's so good, yeah. I guess it is Cinco de Mayo. I guess this is my Cinco de Mayo dinner, right? Just in the nick of time. It's some old Tapatio ramen. Oh, all right. Whew, made it. Would you know if you went out and you had some fun? I hope everything went okay. Hope you all stayed safe out there. Just yeah, moderation. Something you only learn as you get older, right? Yeah, put it that way. Oh, but yeah, back to what I was saying. But yeah, if they end up doing like 2,000 tons, on the new Panther. Like that is, I mean, that will literally cut it by almost a third of the time. And like, how many systems have I built? How many are we up to at this point? I mean, just this system alone. Let's see, I've got 2, 3, 4, 5. That one's gonna be the next one. I think I built one of these. 6. Yeah. So that's just this system alone. And this is what, my 4th or 5th system that I've colonized, and I've got at least a couple of stations in each of my other ones, including the T3 Oculus that I made for my first ever build that we did on stream. So yeah, as you can kind of tell, I like colonization when things are not breaking. It is a lot of hauling, but now that they've fixed a lot of the back end stuff and a lot of the unknowns about how it all works, I'm still kind of disappointed with the RNG when it comes to actually like determining what faction gets what station. Like that was why I ended up taking the month break, is like I was trying to make a conversion point by getting one of the stations in my last system claimed by my PMF, right? And like I built something like 4 or 5 different things, and none of them were getting marked with my PMF. They were all going to the faction, to the lead faction in that system. It was just like, I hate this. I hate not knowing how long it's going to take me to actually get a conversion point going. But you know, I've kind of calmed down from that. They fixed all of the other stuff with the economy, and I figure, you know what, maybe it's just kind of a nice break every now and then. We can just you know, do some of the normal BGS stuff. If I have to slow boat it and claim these systems for my faction the long and hard way, that's perfectly fine. We'll just do things as we can, and you know, take our breaks where we can. In fact, if we get all of these CMMs loaded and everything, I've actually got a war in my last system going on, so I might hop over there. So far, it doesn't seem like anyone's been messing with it or anything. Like, you could probably, in most of your colonies, set up a war and just do like one night of it, and that's it, and just let it ride out the other 6 days or whatever, and then yeah, you'll probably just win it by default. But I would like to make it go a little bit faster, right? So yeah, we might hop over there and do that at some point. But yeah, you know, as far as the economies and all of that, it seems like everything's going really well. It seems like you can actually get items that you need now. Like all of my CMMs, they came from one of my old systems. Like I didn't need to go to a Trailblazer ship or anything. And yeah, you know, I've got a lot of stations, you know, making steel and titanium and aluminum and you know, all of the normal stuff. All of the really big things that take a very, very long time to load. So that's good. But yeah, if you did not read the news, there was a Galnet article, it's either yesterday or the day before, saying that Brewer Corporation is very happy with how colonization has been going, and they are going to be looking at repurposing the Trailblazer megaship. So there's not a specific date or anything like that quite yet, but more than likely the mega shops across the bubble will be going away relatively soon. You know, some people were, you know, saying the sky's falling and all of that, and saying by this weekend. I don't think they'll do it that soon, but I think, yeah, they're definitely gonna be leaving us at some point in the nearish future. So, you know, if you have any of these big stations that you want to get done, get it done ASAP. And then after that, yeah, we're kind of on our own. But I don't really mind as long as the economies are working the way that they are now. The main problem is that there are still a couple of items that there's really not a good way to get them. Like the emergency power cells, I think is kind of the big one. That's the one that you can only get within a certain radius of a certain system. And yeah, they've got to expand some of those items so that our colonies can actually make them. But aside from that, all of the other stuff, like the basic concept of having to use our colonies to actually build other colonies, like that's kind of what I expected from the whole update to begin with. So if they end up taking the Trailblazer ships away, then kind of so be it. We're kind of back to where we started, but with everything kind of more in place now and with an actual understanding of how all of this works. So, you know, there's that. But yeah, you know, since I kind of got into the new mindset of just kind of slow boating it and just kind of taking things a little bit easier, like a lot of my complaints, you know, they're starting to fade a little bit. So yeah, you know, that could change once the Trailblazer ships are gone, and you know, I start having to search around a lot more. But for right now, it's just kind of whatever. Plus, we've got so many other games that we're playing right now that it feels like it's kind of nice to just kind of take a break every now and then. Like, if anything, this right here, hauling things back and forth, is more of a break than anything. You know, we've been going hard on Expedition 33 and FF9 and just general other things for the channel. So, you know, I feel like it's more of a me mindset, right? I feel like I need to get these stations done ASAP, and that's probably not the best way to do it. Since it became so hard to actually make a conversion point for my faction, like that was kind of what changed my concept of how to go about this. Right? So I'm not going to be claiming too many new systems at this point. I don't even think there's really, where I'm at right now, I don't think there's really a whole lot of space for me to claim. Not that there's a whole lot of other people out here, because there's not. There's just not a whole lot in range that seemed really interesting. So, you know, it'll give me an opportunity to kind of build up some of these systems that I've just been kind of sitting on. And so far it's worked. I mean, the whole idea is not just to kind of expand my faction, right? We've been doing a good job of that without me, right? But I want to make sure that some of these systems out here, since we're kind of getting, you know, we're getting out here a little bit to the edge, I want to make sure that we've got like a nice little supermarket that's kind of, you know, kind of out here at the frontier, right? So this station or this system, I mean, it's doing pretty good. We've got a little steel. It's a high-tech hub, so Escalon. It's got like Muon imagers and HE suits and that kind of thing. I think the only thing it really doesn't have is really the emergency power cells that I was talking about earlier. And I'm really curious when this gets built. This one, yeah, this one's a science hub. It's in a cool crater that I found. It's a really cool looking planet. So this is going to be another science hub, but this one's going to be a planetary port. So that should be really fun. We'll see how that goes, what all we can get there. One of my stations in one of my other systems does make a lot of CMMs, but it's really weird because it doesn't also make a lot of ceramics. Usually the two kind of go hand in hand, right? So yeah, there's a few little things here and there that I've still got to get figured out and built out, but yeah, I think once this system actually goes online for good, it's gonna be a nice little supermarket for some of the little small things that are kind of tricky to find. We'll just have to wait and see. But we won't know until it actually goes up and actually get some of this stuff built. Like all of this that I showed a little bit earlier, all of those stations, that was just this weekend. If it kind of gives you an idea of how much I've been hauling in between live 2D sessions. So like none of these stations are actually online yet. It's been a lot. I mean, it hasn't been that bad. I mean, like the little satellites and comms relays and stuff, you can build those in half a trip. That's only like 5,000 tons. That's nothing. So, you know, I was able to get most of that done in one fell swoop. Now I'm kind of looking at the big things. So we'll see how it goes. I'd like to build like a really big port. don't know about another Oculus, but maybe like a really cool ground port, because I don't have any of those yet. But apparently I've already jumped up to needing six construction points. I don't even have a single T3 yet, so I don't know why it's doubled so quickly, but I guess it's based on development level now. I thought it was just based on how many T3s you had, but nope, that's not the case. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna go and clean up after my cup noodles, and then yeah, we'll be doing more hauling. I'm back. Got a mini cupcake. Oh, so yeah, you know, I'm kind of excited to see how all of this goes, but yeah, it really kind of threw me for a loop whenever I saw that it was already up to needing six T3 construction points, and I don't even have a single T3 yet. So yeah, it's gonna be a thing. I think maybe I just built too many tier 2 surface settlements, because some of them only cost or they don't even cost anything. Like, they're just basic T1s, but yeah, they're kind of weird. You gotta kind of pay attention. But eventually I will build a T3 somewhere in here. I don't know how many points it's going to take, but we'll get it done. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking of surface port. I've never built one. I like the really big cities. I think they're kind of cool. It's just, I kind of hate landing on planets this much. But you know what? If it's the only way to get stuff like ceramics and CMMs, I might as well get it done and do what I can for everyone else that's trying to build out here in this area. Whee! Yeah, here, I'll show you here in a second where I'm actually building out here. Yeah, I think after this run, we'll go hop over to the next system over. Just do like a really easy low CZ. Just get our daily in. Try and make the war go a little bit faster, all right? But yeah, I'll kind of see where I'm at. It's like the complete opposite end from where you guys saw me building all of this stuff in the past streams. But that's where the PMF mostly is. That's where our squadron is doing our thing, bringing the joys of anarchy to new stars out in the black. But yeah, I kind of wanted to see how it would handle, how we would be able to do this if I wanted to start bringing the faction and start seeding it in like other parts of the bubble, right? Because we've been in our little pocket pretty much since the game went live. With the way the factions work, like, it's not like we could really expand somewhere else in the bubble. We can expand our little mini bubble, we can expand our area of influence, but it's not like we could just jump across the galaxy, right? But now we can, because of how it pulls in your squadron, right? So yeah, it's been kind of a fun experiment. It's just kind of doing it on my lonesome out here. But you know, it's in princess space, and I'm, you know, obviously pledged to pledged to the princess. So yeah, it's been a fun little experiment. It'll be very weird once power play starts expanding out in this direction. To have a power play system run by Ashley, and then having her control a diamond frog, it feels very weird. It feels wrong somehow, but you know what? We're in a new frontier right now, so that's just how it's gonna be. We'll make do. We have this long, so we'll just keep doing our thing. Oh. All right, that was a lot closer than I thought. You've probably been noticing that I'm not boosting a whole lot, and that's something that you've probably seen on the past streams too. I don't know why. It's only the cutter that does this, where if you are speeding, you boost, it doesn't want to jump into hyperdrive. Sometimes it doesn't want to jump into super cruise. None of my other ships have that problem. Like, but my cutter, for whatever reason, I have to wait for it to slow down before it will jump. Otherwise, I'd be boosting all over the place, right? All right. I have been using my Corsair for like some small things every now and then, and that's been kind of fun. It's such a good little mission runner. Like at first I was like, yeah, it's a cool ship. I've been talking about on stream about having a Gouda Maya medium for how long now? And it obviously doesn't have the design that I really wanted from a Gouda Maya ship, but it's kind of cool in its own right. It's definitely got a very cool cockpit. And it's got the old Courier cockpit, and I like that a lot. But in terms of like what all it can do, like, yeah, it's just such a good little mission runner. Like, it's got good hard points. So I can take it out and attack if I need to. Decent cargo space. And yeah, really good range, good speed. I mean, it really does kind of do a little bit of everything. So I've really enjoyed that. I've been using it quite a bit. Anytime that I'm trying to do some BGS stuff and just kind of slowly nudge some of my colonies in the right direction. And yeah, it's been really helpful. All right, let's hop into the old Annie. Well, one of my Annies, not my exploration Annie, not that one. One that you've seen me use how many times? There we go. Where's Burbank? There we go. All right. Yeah, let's hop over. Next system over. It's not that far. You can kind of see where I'm at. So like my other systems were over here in this area. Now I'm like way out there. But I do like it out here. You know, come on down. There's a lot of space, as you can see. It's just, yeah, there's not a whole lot in like 16 light year jump range. I mean, there's a couple things that I could probably get, but they're all just like basic. Really nothing super exciting. Yeah, I wanted to start heading like out in that direction because obviously, as you can tell by my thumbnails or my bookmarks, like this is where some of the really cool stuff that I posted on Inara from my exploration journeys has been up towards that area. Obviously, I don't think we're going to be reaching it anytime soon. I don't know if we will ever reach it before the game dies because it's very, very slow process, right? Yeah, I just kind of realized like the squadron is kind of moving more towards Colonia, and so is a lot of other people. But beyond that, there's also that big band, that the big suppression band of that keeps you from getting a lot of the really interesting stars, right? And that kind of goes right in that direction too. So I just kind of realized, like, you know, I kind of want to start building out in this way, because this is where I feel like I've found most of my interesting things. I just had better luck over here. Like, you can find interesting things really all over the galaxy, but in terms of interesting things that have not been found yet, I don't know. I've had more luck on the eastern side, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start building over here. They'll be fine over on that side if they need me to pull my fleet carrier over there and handle some wars or something like that. That's okay. I can do that for a night. But in terms of just like trying to do my own thing and experiment, it seems to be going pretty well. I'm just excited to get some of this stuff flipped over and get my faction actually as the leader on a couple of these. All right, I don't remember it being too far out. It's the first planet, so it shouldn't be too far. It's like 300. There we go. All right, where are you? Oh, it's only 100. All right. Yeah. Thankfully, like all of the other factions that have been pulled into my various systems, they've all been just kind of like basic like unknowns. Like one of them is a faction that was like supported by one player or something like that, and they just kind of blew up because they were in a very, very good position for colonization to start. But I don't think there's really anyone that actually supports them. They're not entirely like NPC factions. I think there might be one of these that's a player faction, but they're not like really supported. So yeah, thankfully it hasn't been too bad. It just, you know, as with all things BGS related, it's just very time consuming. It's time consuming. It takes a long time because of the time gating. You know, wars can only pop off every so often. It takes a while to, you know, actually win them. And you gotta move things up. But I'll get it done. It's not like I got anything else going on. Yeah, you know, I've been kind of getting back into the sci-fi stuff. I watched the Eternaut. That was really good. Very, very good. I didn't know the whole history with the graphic novel and all of that. So I did a little bit of wiki-foo. And yeah, really, really interesting. Both the actual story and like the creation of it. But yeah, very, very good. I didn't realize that it was a Spanish language show. Like when I first started watching it, it defaults you to the English dub, right? I was like, man, these actors are like really overacting. Like something's up here. But eventually, like it gets you past that like opening sequence. And you're like, oh wait a second, their mouths aren't matching up. Okay. But yeah, definitely recommend watching it in the original Spanish. Actors are absolutely fantastic. I'd like to see them, you know, get some recognition when Emmy time comes around. But yeah, very, very highly recommended if you want some good sci-fi. I'm curious where it's going to go for the second season. I have kind of a basic idea from the synopsis, but they've changed enough that it'll be interesting to see what all happens. I don't think they'll change the basic story, but just in terms of how everything goes down, feels like they're giving like a different order to how characters are introduced and giving like some newfound importance to other characters. So yeah, I'm excited. But you know, that'll be on Netflix. On Netflix's time frame, that'll be like 3 years from now. So, you know, there's that. Did we ever even get like the final half of the final season of Stranger Things? I don't think we did we? Yeah. Are they still working on that? Where are you? Power plant. There we go. Python. All right. This should be some good money. I need to kill some more elite things. That's the last thing that I need for my triple. And it's such a slow grind, man. It takes so long. I know that there used to be a lot of easier ways, like, you know, Thargoid War and that kind of thing. I think so far the best way that I've found is still Foot War. I feel like a lot of the foot stuff, like settlement rates and stuff, still gives a lot. But either way, man, it's still a grind. You're gonna be at it a while. But you know, I'm on the last rank. If I can just get through dangerous, I think we'll be all right. Or deadly, or whatever it is. Slow boat it. And I'm in no real danger with anything here, so we can just take our time. Ah, you're too far away. What's closer? Nothing's really close, I guess. That's close-ish. It's another Python, why not? Ooh, another elite one, all right. But it's got chaff. All right, we'll take a look. What am I at? Yeah, there we go. So we're like a third of the way through deadly. I really haven't been doing a whole lot of war stuff though lately, so you know, part is my own fault. I kind of stopped with a lot of the BGS and power play stuff once colonization came out, so it's fine. I can always get back into it. All right, I feel like with the Python, especially when it's this close. Yeah, it's got the chaff. Just go ahead. Just start attacking. It's a big enough target. You're gonna hit something. There we go. There we go. Yeah, show that power plant. Ram the thing. Still the easiest way to get things done. Okay, he's gonna throw more chaff out at me. Yep, there it goes. There he goes. Ah. It's more just annoying than anything. What are you doing, man? Well, you know, the biggest danger to a diamond frog is another diamond frog, so that's fine. You should see us when we wing up. It's basically that for 5 solid minutes. I never did buy a Cobra Mark V. I don't really like any of the Cobras, but it feels like it's kind of a neater looking ship than the others. But it's also like it's a small... Like, what am I even going to use that for, man? I barely have enough excuse to use most of my mediums that I bought over the years. My poor Dolphin. My poor Dolphin just sitting there unloved. The ship that got me to Hutton Orbital. I haven't touched it. Haven't touched it since then. All right, get back here. There we go. Nice, nice. What else we got? It's just confident though. Yeah, it's got chaff. I'm not dealing with that. Not tonight. I'm lazy. I'm feeling lazy tonight. It's just a guerrilla stream, right? We're just here to get our one win in, our token win. I don't know why I slowed down like that. Oh, I've got something else attacking me. What do we got? Or what are you doing? What are you doing back there, man? Almost every time this happens, it's gonna be like a little courier or something. A little small fry. Did that not? There we go. All right, what do we got? There it is. Hey, your funeral, man. Of course, it's a vulture with chaff. Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be? Ah, just out. It's fine. I'm not even going to try targeting the power plant. It's going to die too fast. Holy Master, come on, man. You got to give me something. You're going to attack me like that. You got to give me something that's at least a challenge. All right, and apparently, I guess I haven't been able to confirm it or not, but did they actually fix the Concord cannons? I heard rumors that supposedly that was the case, so I can finally maybe put these back into overcharged. I mean, they're efficient right now. I mean, you can't really go wrong with efficient. They're just kind of boring, right? Yeah, if I can switch them back to overcharged, then like I don't really see a reason not to. But you know, that was just people posting on Reddit and stuff. I don't know if it's actually true or not. And I'm not wasting all of this engineering that I've done on it just to maybe find out, right? All right, there we go. All right, what was the big ship that was zooming around here? Here we go. Another chaff. So annoying. I feel like when you get into a CZ, I feel like it's reading what you actually have on you. And then it just gives you the most annoying ships to fight against. Like, it's a low CZ, man. It serves no purpose. There is nothing here that's going to kill this Annie. And yet, here we are, all the same. I got, ooh, what are you flying around? Another vulture? Of course it is. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? God, could you imagine bringing the Panther into one of these? I'm really curious how slow that thing's gonna be. The problem is I've already named my Type 9 Bartolo. And now I need to figure out what I'm gonna name my Panther when it comes out. If you're gonna name something after a big man, like, ooh, it's a tough choice. Maybe I'll rename the Type 9, and then the Panther will be the CGB Bartolo. Yep, come on. There we go. Hey, there it is. All right, so that should be enough. I am kind of disappointed that when they did all of the engineering material updates, they made it so that the CZs no longer drop manufactured materials, because I actually did take advantage of that sometimes. Just, you know, kind of go through, sweep up after. It's just nice. I've been putting off doing some more engineering because I'm kind of low on a few things. It's like, I really don't want to go out and like grind some of this stuff again. Like trading is I'm getting kind of low on the big stuff to trade, and it's just kind of a pain. Lumira, yeah, it's really good. It's definitely a space sim. I'll put it that way. I would say it's probably the best space sim out there. There's definitely a lot of things to do, but yeah, the devs are they're very interesting. Sometimes they do some things that are really cool, and then they do some things that like immediately cancel that coolness. I feel like they're just kind of extremely vibes based at times, but I enjoy it. Sometimes you just get that space itch, and you're like, man, I just really want a nice game to go out and explore the stars and whatnot. And yeah, this definitely fulfills it. we... It's very different than, like, say, No Man's Sky. I like No Man's Sky quite a bit too, but like what No Man's Sky does like on the ground, this does up in space. But yeah, I highly recommend it. You can usually get it and the expansion for like $10 on sale, and it goes on sale all the time. I mean, if you've got Epic, it's been given away. It's been given away on Epic Games for free multiple times in its lifespan. So yeah. And then, you know, you can get to kind of decide if you like it or not. And then you won't be out all that much. Reputation change? Oh no. Well, that's all right, because I'm going to be getting that reputation right back when I build another station that is technically in your name. For now. Well, actually, I guess it's not. I guess they changed it because they're all Brewer Corporation now. So I guess I'm not getting rep for helping build some of this stuff. So that could be kind of, that could be an issue at some point. I guess I gotta kind of watch out on that. I will say, if nothing else, despite all of the weird dev struggles that they go through sometimes, I definitely think this is definitely one of the best games on the market in terms of like, I just want to veg out for a little bit kind of games. Kind of like what we're doing now. You know, I just want to chill and like fly around and see the sights while I get some other stuff done. Yeah, this is definitely really, really good for that. Honestly, it still looks really good too for being 10 years old. All right. Once again, thanks to White Bat Audio for providing our lovely soundtrack. I don't know if you can even hear it back there or not. The levels on this are really weird. Anytime I have Elite open, if you know anything about OBS, you know it's got the meters and everything. If you don't know anything about streaming, you usually have these meters, and it shows you like green, yellow, and red depending on the decibel level and all that. But anytime I have Elite and like background music and stuff running, it always shows up way louder on the meters than it actually is. I don't know why. It's something with how Elite handles its audio. So yeah, if it's too quiet in the background, just let me know and I'll try and adjust it. Yeah, you know, as always, thanks to White Bat for providing the music for us streamers to get kind of, you know, get some stuff done every now and then. But yeah. It is. It's definitely a good game for this kind of thing. Just like I said, it was kind of a weird night. It's been just a very weird week for streaming. So I didn't want to like hop into a big story-based game or anything like that tonight, especially overnights. I feel like it's a very different mood, right? Where were you? There we go. There it is. Which is weird because like I'm usually up overnights anyway. So like right now this is kind of like my midday with my current schedule. That's kind of where we're at. This is kind of my midday. So you'd think I'd be kind of in like full on work mode, being willing to do like these big story streams and JRPGs and stuff, but I don't know. There's just it's kind of like one of those weird introspective kind of nights. You get my music, got my games, got my candle lit. Yeah, we're just kind of vibing a little bit. I think maybe it's just because I've been working so much off stream to do things on stream, if that makes sense. I don't know. I just feel like I don't know how to not work. I've always got to be doing something. And it's finals week, which I'm not in school anymore. But the thing is, during finals week, the campus library is open. It's open to the public. I've still got my student ID and everything if I need it. And yeah, sometimes like I go there when it's like really late, because this is the only time of the year that they are open until like 1 o'clock in the morning, right? And I don't know, I'm just that kind of person. Like I'm the kind of guy that will go to a library at 11 o'clock in the evening and just like read or write Just kind of like get some stuff done in some nice quiet space. I think a lot of it's my environment. I've talked a lot about the living situation, which, as always, you know, like and subscribe, help me grow the channel to get out of that. One thing that I can talk about, because there's a lot of it that I can't talk about, right? But one of it that I can is, like, I've mentioned a bunch of times and joked about it, that I live in a converted garage, right? And that's true. But the downside of it is I don't really have, like, a lot of windows. I have, like, 2 very small windows. One of them is half covered by my wall unit AC, right? So I don't get, like, a lot of light in here. I don't have a lot of plug-ins, so I can't really just, like, plug in a lot of lamps or anything like that. I don't have a ceiling light in here. There's no hookups for it. So I just don't get a lot of light. And I'm someone that I like light. I like a lot of nice natural light. The last apartment that I had like, it was a studio, and one whole wall was just nothing but a giant window, right? So I got a lot of light in that. So I think that's also the other thing, is like I like going out really late and going to really bright places. And yeah, the campus libraries like that. Back when Walmart and the other stores around here were open 24/7, they were like that. They're kind of like liminal spaces, right? No, that is, I like that kind of thing, because it helps my creativity, and also helps me, it helps me focus a little bit. You know, I wouldn't be able to get any of my live 2D or anything like that done. I don't have a laptop, but it can't handle anything like that. It was just you know, a word processor more than anything. But yeah, I'll take like a notepad and just, you know, write out a story by hand, and then come back and type it all up later. Like, I like doing that kind of thing. Get some nice coffee, because usually the cafe there is open really late too, to go with the rest of the library. Students got to get through finals, man. They got work to do. All right, but yeah, you can see how much more we've got to go on this thing. It's not getting done anytime soon. So I'm just taking things like one little bit at a time, right? That's what our hours are. Okay. Interesting. All right. So yeah, at the very least, we will be able to get maybe the CMMs done. Let's see, that's what, probably 5 more trips about there. It's weird because I have just a little bit extra on the carrier, instead of like mathing it out. And that's one of the more annoying parts of it, is there's like not a way to keep track of it in game. So you really have to use like a bunch of spreadsheets and math it out. It's just kind of annoying to constantly have to see. This is what I'm talking about how it hangs. The cutter's the only one that does this. I don't know why. It is just such a weird bug. None of my other ships do this. Yeah, you gotta get it slowed down, and then once it hits your normal like top speed, it jumps. I don't know what the deal is. But yeah, like having to constantly go back and forth on monitors and like manually do the math and that kind of thing. Even if you have a spreadsheet that kind of like auto maths it out, you still got to go back and forth. It's just really annoying that I can't keep track of all that in game. They did it for the initial outpost, right? Which is good. You know, it actually shows up as a mission. But I wish there was a way that you could flag it, right? Like flag this base as something that you're working on, and then it kind of gives you those markers like it does for an actual mission. I don't know if it's just a technical thing or what. Why they haven't done it. Yay, custom. Oh, I need to turn in my bonds too. I don't know if that works if I'm in a different system. I think since combat bonds, like they're CZ specific, so it should work. Well, like I was saying, I'm not anticipating a whole lot of trouble. I don't think we're going to have too many people messing around, right? Yeah, bounties are the one. Those are like, you can carry those around to different systems and like use them as needed for BGS stuff. So like you can turn in bounties kind of wherever you want. Yeah, I think this all goes to ICZ efforts, right? Yeah, we don't get too many bounties because we're anarchy. There is a way to do it, but it's just kind of annoying. Go. This whole bug. So yeah, you gotta go into your commodity market twice when you're buying stuff from your own FC. They keep saying they're gonna fix it, but they still haven't. And especially with colonization being the thing that it is. Hopefully they'll get that done by the time the Clipper comes by. Because yeah, doing that with like 2,000 tons is gonna be really annoying. All right, prepare for Hamm. I've had a lot of good luck with the random name generator. I don't use it all that often. Most of the time I just keep them to whatever the default is, but if it's like a really big station like a Coriolis or, you know, the big Oculus, that kind of thing, I do try finding interesting names. I think Bear Hub is still the best one that I've gotten yet. I do like Bear Hub a lot. It's become kind of a torchbearer for the squadron. All right. And the other downside with the cutter is it's really hard to land on these platforms. You've probably noticed that I've been going this direction. Like if I try to land from here, what's going to happen is it's going to end up running me right into the stadium lighting. So yeah, I always go basically aiming for right where that tip is and going from there. Because yeah, once you're above it, it can kind of situate itself, kind of float around that main tower as much as it needs. Yeah, I wish they would fix the pathing. They've done a lot to fix the pathing in asteroid bases, and it's still not completely great. My Corsair bumps into stuff all the time. But yeah, the pathing on these is really weird for the auto landing. So yeah, I always go for the spire, aim for the very tip of it, and then from there, it usually isn't too bad. Yeah, don't try auto landing from the side. You're gonna run into stuff. At least in a big ship like this, I haven't really done a whole lot of like big time hauling in like my Corsair or Type 8 or anything like that. It's just not really much of a reason. All right, Hamm. Yeah, we're making good progress. I mean, just the CMMs alone are going to be about 20%, which is a good chunk. Yeah, the steel and titanium, I'm not looking forward to those. But thankfully, they're not too hard to find. You should be able to get them easily enough. We get around. Yeah, getting around them is kind of annoying too, huh? All right. And speaking of other things for the channel, as always, I always like to mention that we've got our goal up for the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering stream. But yeah, next weekend, there should be, I think it's the official reveal, right? I don't know if I'm going to be working when it's going on or not. Got to work Thursday and Saturday today. I think Saturday is going to be a night shift though. So hopefully I'll be able to keep an eye out. But yeah, I'm really, really excited for the official reveal and see some of the new card art and all of that. But they also, you know, Tifa's birthday was a few days back, and they revealed the alternate art for Tifa's commander card. I'm sure she's going to have a couple of cards just like Cloud does. Yeah, it looks really good. I'm super excited about it. I'm hoping my local game store puts their pre-orders up here pretty soon. They said about a month before release. I've been looking every day. I've already got some stuff pre-ordered, but I want to make sure to, you know, just get what I can, add on to it, make sure that we have as much fun with the stream as we can. But yeah, you can always help out those super chats. It's not mandatory. I've already got some of the stuff ready to go, but it will help recoup the losses since, you know, I don't make a whole lot working at a bookstore, right? This is basically taking the money that I would have used for my one good vacation every year. My one vacation to go see a game, go see a soccer game in the nearest big city. That's basically the only vacation that I take. So I basically took all of that, and instead I'm putting it towards this. But, you know, I appreciate the help. All right. Let's do. I'll probably do one more and get back into my live 2D stuff. Not like I gotta finish the CMMs. We still got a long way to go. All right. But yeah, you know, I am excited about it. It's been a long time. I've been doing okay in Arena. It's mostly just doing my dailies and stuff. Like I'm not really doing ranked or anything like that. But yeah, it's been kind of fun. It's been a while since I've really like collected anything. I'm not a big collector. I hoard a lot of stuff. I've got a lot of the things that I've collected over the years that just I never got rid of it. But nowadays, like between the cost of everything and all of that, like I don't really collect a whole lot. So it's been kind of nice to kind of get back into it and have things that I'm kind of interested in trying to find and kind of hunt for and crack the packs open and all of that. And it's easy. Like they don't take up a lot of space. They're fairly cheap as far as collectibles go. Like the only thing that I could really say that I collect at this point is probably like guitar equipment. And that's yeah, that's not exactly something I can just, you know, go down to the store and buy on a whim during one weekend, right? So yeah. It's been fun. And yeah, I think the Final Fantasy set, you know, the others I'm not super excited about. I think Edge of Eternities looks pretty interesting. I might take a look once they reveal more of the art for that. Spider-Man, I couldn't care less about. Avatar, I was excited about Avatar, but apparently they are not including Legend of Korra. Like it's only Avatar: The Last Airbender. So that kind of killed my enthusiasm for that one. If it was Korra, like absolutely I'd be wailing on it if they had some Korra stuff in there. But apparently they don't. So Avatar, that kind of dampened my spirits. I was excited, now I'm much less excited. So yeah, this will probably be like the big collectible for me this year. I think it is very cool that it is apparently the highest selling set of all time. I think they really underestimated the fan market. Even going to my local game stores, the owner just really didn't understand. And like the co-worker for him, like the employee that he hired was like, yeah, we're going to need more of this. And he's like, I don't know, man. I don't trust it. There's no way it's going to beat Lord of the Rings. And yeah, I think it's beat Lord of the Rings. And it's always funny reading about all of the discussions online because you get a lot of the nerds that are like, that Lord of the Rings is so much more of a popular series, and it's like it is. It's obviously more influential, but it doesn't have a lot of merch. It's not influential in that way, right? Like it's not the kind of thing that has a quote unquote fandom, right? Like Lord of the Rings is obviously probably the most influential books of the 20th century, in my opinion. and everyone knows what it is, but it always comes back to the books and the movies. I think I mentioned this on, like, I talked about this a little bit on stream before, right? I think it's true. Like, it always comes back to the books or movies. There's not like a lot of merch. Like, people that are really into Lord of the Rings, like, obviously they like Lord of the Rings, but they're not the kind of people that go out and buy everything Lord of the Rings related, because Lord of the Rings influenced like everything else that's fantasy that came after it. And there's so many outlets for that. Like, your Lord of the Rings fans are probably spending more on like Dungeons and Dragons than they are on like movie replicas and props, right? Whereas Final Fantasy is still very influential, and obviously, like, you're not going to be able to ask as many people on the street what it is, but you're still going to get a good amount, right? But the people who buy, like, who are fans, buy a lot of merch, right? I bought a lot of merch. So yeah, I think I just hope that my game store owner bought enough. He kept saying he was like 40K into this set. So we'll just have to wait and see. We're in a small area, so 40K is a lot. But yeah, I'm hoping he's still hoping I can at least get get a set of the commanders. All right. I think that'll do it. There's no way we can get all of this. I mean, I could do it in one night probably if I really wanted to. God, that's a lot of hauling. This one I'm gonna take my time on. I've already claimed the system. We could just slowly peck away at building this thing. And it's just a Coriolis. It's not like it's a T3 or anything like that. I'm gonna save like the grand majority of that stuff for the Panther. I'm not gonna go super hard on building these big stations when we know we've got a massive hauler coming later this summer. So do I have any more universal cartographic stuff to turn in? Okay. You know, I hope they give us a date or at least a time frame, because I would like to take one more trip out into the black before it comes out. I don't know how long we're talking here. All they said is just like summer. That could really be anywhere from like June to September, depending on who you ask, right? I feel like they've been pretty good about new ships every like 3 months. So, oh no, not that. So yeah, you know, we just had the Corsair come out. Hopefully that means closer to like early July. Yeah, we won't know probably until the next Frontier unlocked. So that'll be, I think they said May 27th or something like that. Whatever the last Wednesday of this month is. But I am very excited about it. It's such a big boy. It looks so good. Like, I've seen a lot of people saying it's just like a really big chieftain, and I can see it, but it's weird because I don't really like the look of the chieftains, but I really like the look of the Panther. I think it's just it's a combination of like the rotating engines and the fact that the engines are made up of a bunch of tiny engines. I think that's really cool. So yeah, I am very excited for the Panther. So we'll just have to wait and see what the stats on that thing are going to be. It's going to be a beast, whatever it ends. But it's going to be so slow. It's going to be so slow. We'll have to see how much that affects like your time frames of actually moving stuff around, right? All right. But I think that'll do it for me tonight. Like I said, I was just bored. I wanted to stream something for you guys. Say hi, catch up, wish everyone a happy Cinco de Mayo / end of Golden Week, I guess. But you know, we'll be back later on, I guess today at this point. Probably with I don't know if it's going to be Expedition 33 or FF9. They both sound really good to me right now, but I know Mori Calliope's been playing Expedition 33. She just started, and watching other people play it makes me want to play it. So yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But you know, I hope everyone has a good night. Thanks for keeping me company while I haul a bunch of this CMMs, right? It's just one of those nights. It's a weird night, man. It's one of those loopy, weird, introspective nights. So yeah, but I appreciate it. Same as always, like, subscribe. We'll be back later on today. Take it easy, everybody. Sweet dreams. Bye-bye.